Call this meeting of the Village of Southampton Board to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you very much. Trustee Brown is ill and will not be attending the meeting tonight. But at this point, we will go on with mayoral appointments, and I'm going to turn to Scott Russell, the administrator.
Yeah. Resolved that Mayor Manger appoints and the Board of Trustees approve Thomas Grimboard to be appointed to the position of Public Safety Dispatcher 1, Southampton Village Police Department at a salary of $56,357.35, effective Tuesday, January 28, 2025.
I'll make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just want to mention, so this is to replace the vacancy created by Alfie Callahan. And a lot of you people may know Tommy. He is a member of the North Sea Fire Department. He works currently for the town dispatch, and he will be moving over to the village on the 28th. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Sorry, Scott.
That's right. Resolved that the Board of Trustees approves the hiring of Cassie Lamb as a crossing guard at a per diem rate of $75, effective January 28, 2025.
I'll make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is again replacing someone, a vacancy that was created, so we are hiring her at the suggestion of the Chief of Police to fill in for the vacancy in the crossing guards. All right, Scott, go ahead.
Okay, correspondence to the board. We have correspondence from Nick Palumbo, who resides at 380 Hill Street. He's writing to compliment the Southampton Village Police Department, Fire Department, specifically with reference to the turnout at the recent gas main leak on Hill Street. And also, he specifically mentioned Marshal Dean McNamara, Assistant Chief Rick Fowler, who were on the scene in the cold for many hours coordinating the repair effort with National Grid. And he wanted the village board to acknowledge that. Understand?
All right, I'll acknowledge the Fire Marshal and Chief Fowler. Thank you again, really.
That's all on correspondence.
Okay, we'll go to suggested resolutions then.
Okay, number one, resolve the claims for the warrant dated January 21st, 2025, totaling $251,112.22. Warrant number A17, General Fund, and $48,543.14. Warrant number H8, Capital Fund, are ordered and approved. I'll make the motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Number two, resolve the reading of the minutes for the January 9th, 2025 Board of Trustee meeting was dispensed, accepted as filed by the village clerk, and the actions taken at those meetings are hereby ratified and approved. I'll make the motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Whereas New York State real property tax law sets the date for the Village Board of Assessment review to meet for the purpose of hearing complaints in relation to assessments, and whereas based upon the calendar, the date this year is February 18th, 2025. And whereas the Southampton Village Board of Trustees, in accordance with RPTL 1408, sits as the Southampton Village Board of Assessment Review, and whereas on February 18th, 2025, the Village Board of Assessment Review will not have a quorum available to hear such complaints, and whereas RPTL 1408 and 512 authorize the Board of Assessment Review to adjourn the hearing of such complaints, however, such adjournment does not extend the date for the filing of complaints, which shall remain February 18th, 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved, grievance day in the Village of Southampton shall be, that's incorrect.
No, it's correct, it's correct.
February 18th, is that right?
Yes, keep going.
February 18th, 2025, but the hearing of complaints will be adjourned that day until March 13th, 2025. That's the date to look at which time the Board of Assessment Review shall meet to hear complaints in relation to assessments, and be it further resolved that the village clerk shall publish a notice in accordance with RPTL 1406-3 regarding grievance day and the adjournment date thereof. I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. This will make it easier so we can have a quorum present.
Resolution 4. Whereas the Village Board of Trustees recognizes the need to replace the 2004 Pierce Class A pumper And whereas the current manufacturing of a replacement fire apparatus will take approximately 48.5 to 51.5 months to complete and deliver. And whereas the Southampton Village Fire Department has secured a quote of $1,275,109.35 with two prepayments of $500,000 on June 1st, 2025 and June 1st, 2026, providing a $141,289.60 discount on the total cost. And whereas, as part of the Village and Fire District Agreement, 40% of the new pumper cost will be paid by the Fire District. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes the mayor to order one Pierce Enforcer Class A pumper with 2,000 gallon per minute pump to replace the 2004 Pierce Class A pumper, and to execute a contract and any other documents necessary for same, subject to the approval of the village attorney. Funding for prepayment will be scheduled within future capital budgets. So moved.
I'll second, and I'm asking now the chiefs to come up and discuss for the board what this pumper will do for the village's fire protection as well as the district, and also the equipment that it is replacing. Polis, this is your first big job as the chief, huh? Or are you
Yes.
going to let Ricky talk?
Yes, we don't let Ricky talk.
Okay.
We're going to just thank you guys for working with us diligently to just secure the funds and doing what you need to do to balance the budget just to help us to secure this truck. And Ricky has the specs, and, you know, they spec'd it out there, the specialists on this, so they help.
No, and I understand that Pierce wanted us to take this action before the month of January was out in order to
Yes.
get this order placed and enjoy the reduction
Thank you.
in cost.
So,
Thank
as
you.
Chief said, this is a Class A fire engine.
Actually, could you put one down on the tables, because we can pick it up on the camera, right, Sage? Do you like it to face me or to face the other side? I forget. Flip it around. Okay. Yeah, that's good. You got that, Sage? Okay. So I'll let you speak.
All
Sorry,
right.
Chief.
So we're here tonight. As you know, we'd like to ask for your blessing to order a new Class A fire engine. This is to replace a 2004 Class A Pierce fire engine. It is over 20 years old. As indicated, the new engine would take approximately 4 years to come in. So we'd like to get it on order now, at which point this will be close to 25 years old, extending, past the replacement plan.
Yeah, I think this was purchased under the mayoralty of Joe Romanowski.
Yeah, it's done its time for sure. Really no crazy changes with it. We are replacing Class A fire engine with a new Class A fire engine. This new engine, a lot of design and thought have gone into this, a lot of research. We put a truck committee together from the department. They visited a lot of other manufacturers and departments, tried to see what they liked, what they didn't like, and they came back with these plans.
I think you told us it's slightly smaller than
Yeah,
the
the biggest-
pumper it's replacing.
We gave them a few parameters. The biggest was we wanted the fire engine to be shorter in length and shorten the wheelbase, so it would turn tighter. A lot of these driveways that we go into now are very tight. They're hard to maneuver. So that was one of the challenges the committee had. And also, they were given the task to come up with a low hose bed design, which means that the hose sits lower on the back of the truck. So when it comes off, it's not such a hazard flying over your head as you're dropping hose as you're going down the road. The committee did deliver on that. They came up with a really great set of specs. 750 gallons of water, 20 gallons of foam, 2,000 gallon minute pump, more than 1,250 feet of 5-inch supply hose. As stated, we were able to figure out some prepaid discounts where if the village will pay $500,000 this coming June and another $500,000 the following June, that would give us like $141,000 worth of savings, which we thought was a pretty significant savings there.
Yeah, and because I put the money aside in capital,
Correct.
we were able to do that. Yeah.
Yep. So, we're excited for this. We want to get it on order. It is time sensitive because, they have indicated us that there are price increases that are coming every few months. So at the end of January, there is another, I think, 3 or 4% price increase. And yeah, we're here to answer any questions. Did I miss anything?
Does the village attorney have the contract yet?
Yes.
I have a draft of the contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
Need some more, but
okay.
we'll get
All right, we'll get it done this month, so we can do that.
And then just one other thing, I think it's mentioned in there, but this will be purchased on the consortiums, meaning it already went out to bid, right? And it's all under,
Right.
Is it on a state or contract or something? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
it's like a consortium pricing.
Yeah. And I know Pierce is obviously a good company, so.
They are, yeah.
That's good. Do any of the board members have any questions for the chiefs?
What year would this vehicle be?
I guess it depends what year it finally.
24 or 27, right?
Yeah, it'd be whatever year it comes in, yeah. So this is just like holding our place in line.
Right,
And,
right.
once they start production,
Right.
I think it's like a, 60-day turnaround once they start building it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all very much. I think
you,
at
guys.
this time, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you guys have a new truck.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, trustees.
Ed, we're going to ask you to do,
Resolved.
sorry.
Resolution 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were, you were 7 and 8, sorry. Ed, go ahead. Thank you.
Mention. Whereas each year, the Village Board of Trustees certifies the Length of Service Award Program, LOSAP, for both the ambulance department and the fire department. And whereas the Village of Southampton, by its treasurer's office, requests that independent audits be performed on the ambulance department and the fire department's Length of Service Award Program. And whereas PKF O'Connor Davies LLP hereinafter has the requisite experience to perform these audits, and whereas the cost associated with each independent audit shall not exceed $7,000, for a total cost not to exceed $14,000, now therefore be it resolved, the Village Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the mayor to execute an agreed-upon procedure contract with PKF O'Connor Davis LLP to perform independent audits of the village's ambulance department and fire department's LOSAP in an amount not to exceed $14,000 to be paid for by trustees special projects, A.1010.443. I make the motion.
I'll have a second. Any discussion? This is, again, just to do an audit of the LOSAP awards, which we haven't done in quite a while. And I think everyone thought that this would be, again, good government just to do an audit prior to signing off on this. Anyone else have anything want to add? Okay. So we have a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much. Whereas the monarch butterfly is an iconic North American species whose multi-generational migration and metamorphosis from caterpillar to butterfly has captured the imagination of millions of Americans, and whereas 20 years ago, more than 1 billion eastern monarch butterflies migrated to Mexico, but in recent years there has been a precipitous decline in the monarch butterfly population. And whereas counties, cities, towns, and villages all have a critical role to play to help save the monarch butterfly, and whereas the village of Southampton is on the monarch butterfly migratory path, and every resident can make a difference for the monarch population by planting native milkweed and nectar plants to provide habitats for the monarchs and pollinators in locations where people live, work, learn, and play. Now therefore be it resolved, the mayor is authorized to sign the National Wildlife Federation's Mayor's Monarch Pledge, confirming the village's commitment to support these initiatives. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion, this has been done by many villages in the area. The mayor of Quogue, Robert Truhold, has really been encouraging the other mayors on the East End to do this because of the fact that we're on the flyway for the monarch butterfly. And I do remember the orange and black butterflies being in much more abundance when I was younger. So I think there are a few small things that this village can do to help try and protect them and keep them migrating down to Mexico and back up. So we have a motion, second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thanks. Edward.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes the Southampton Town United Soccer Club to use the Downs Family Park for their 2025 soccer programs beginning March 10th, 2025 through December 1st, 2025. I make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes the Southampton Little League to use the Downs Family Park for the 2025 baseball and softball season beginning March 18th, 2025 through September 8th, 2025. I make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves a request from the Southampton Village Police Benevolent Association to host its annual Easter egg hunt at Agawam Park on Friday, April 18th, 2025 at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is the Friday before Easter, known as Good Friday. So I will make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you.
Number 10, whereas the Village of Southampton has received a request to participate with the Cornell University Cooperative Extension of Suffolk County and in partnership with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation to conduct nighttime beach horseshoe crab surveys on the Bayside Beach located on Meadow Lane. Now therefore be it resolved, the Village Board approves the surveys to be conducted on approximately 15 nights between May and July for 2 hours. The schedule has been provided and the Southampton Village Police Department has been notified. I'll make a motion.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I would like to request a walk-on for another mayoral appointment that came too late to get onto this agenda. It's a replacement on the Ethics Board, so I'll make a motion to have a walk-on. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. I'm going to ask you to read the mayoral appointment.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees accepts the resignation of Roy L. Wines III as a member of the Board of Ethics effective January 19, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion, he just said that he wasn't able to participate in the meetings, and so he asked to be replaced. He was just appointed in December, but he didn't realize what this was entailing, and it's really to fill the position that was vacated by Teresa Malhado, so it only runs until June 30th, 2025. But that being said, he asked to step aside and be replaced. So I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Resolved, Mayor Manger appoints and requests a motion from the Board of Trustees to approve the following member to be appointed to the Board of Ethics, Edward Corrigan, with the term expiring June 30th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
And I'd like to call Ed up to the podium if he wants to make a few remarks as being possibly a new member now shortly of the Ethics Board.
Good evening, Edward Corrigan, village resident. I'm honored to be considered for the appointment, and hopefully I look forward to serving the village once again. I am currently a member of the Southampton Village Fire Department for 35 years, and I have served on the Planning Commission over the years at different times.
And the
thank you.
Corrigans have contributed greatly to the village, so we appreciate your willingness to serve.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we have a motion, a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Ed. Okay, with that, we will turn it over to comments from board members. And I think we start with Trustee Simeoni.
All right. Yesterday, I attended a lovely service at the United Methodist Church commemorating Martin Luther King Day. Our mayor was also in attendance, where he presented a well-deserved proclamation to members of the community. This was an occasion for us to reflect on the cause of civil rights and how much it still needs to be done. That's it.
Thank you, Trustee Simeoni. We'll go to Trustee Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a great pleasure this evening to approve the purchase of a new fire engine. Over the last few years, we have managed to greatly upgrade the equipment that our emergency services people use. It had gotten quite old, and there are still many pieces of equipment that will need to be replaced going forward. This is the rate of inflation in the country is high, or has been high. Hopefully will be coming down. But the inflation of our emergency services equipment has really gone crazy. So it's quite a tribute to the work of the Treasury Department here in this village, and the board, and the Finance Board, and the Board of Trustees to be able to budget and afford this new equipment, and to keep our emergency services working with the best equipment that they need to keep us safe without having to bust the budget and raise taxes. So safety is probably our highest priority as a board, to ensure the safety of our residents. And we are blessed to have not only police, but also fire and ambulance service, who many of the workers of those people who provide their services voluntarily. So we have to get them the best equipment so that they can do the job that we need done to keep us safe. So with that, I want to thank the board for their oversight and for their willingness to provide the funds that those departments need. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Stevenson. Trustee Zananti.
Thank you, Mayor. Last week, the Environmental and Sustainability Committee met. I am a co-liaison to that committee to review grant opportunities for mitigating efforts that the village is currently considering, including ocean erosion and other climate change-related projects. Also, we are taking a hard look to see what funding can be reimbursed for under the Inflation Reduction Act for energy savings initiatives that the village has spent money on as well. The committee has also started looking into home backyard composting, sustainable waste disposal options, and that will continue. And lastly, the mayor and I are continuing discussions with our traffic consultant from VHB to try to ease congestion on the village residential streets. It's definitely a work in progress. We took the consultant to Somerset, Corrigan, McGee, and many other streets to conceptualize traffic mitigation efforts. We expect to hear back from the consultant in the very near future. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Trustee Zananti. In addition to providing the opening remarks at the Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast at the Methodist Church yesterday, I also attended on Saturday the induction of the NAACP officers for the eastern end of Long Island. That was held also at the Methodist Church. It was very well attended, and I was pleased to be able to attend, and was asked to be there, which I enjoyed. Obviously, we have cold temperatures right now, and we had quite a bit, quite a bit, but some snow over the weekend. But we worked very closely with the DPW crew, and I even went out on one of the snow plows on Sunday night while they were salting and clearing the snow. And I think actually they did an excellent job, and really it was not much of an impact on the village. The cold temperatures I can't do anything about, but hopefully it'll warm up by the weekend. I did want to mention that I will be, as some of you know, going to Albany the beginning of February for a mayor's conference. I will be joined by the village attorney and the village clerk. The village attorney and I will also be having meetings on Monday, February 3rd, with our new assemblyman, Tommy John Scavone, and our state senator, Anthony Palumbo, specifically to talk to them about getting legislation in Albany to allow the village to place cameras to enforce stop signs and speeding. We are not allowed to put the cameras on any streets in the village unless we have approval from the state. So I will be meeting with those two legislators, as I said, on Monday, February 3rd, to speak to them, asking them to put forward legislation allowing us to do that. I'm hoping that'll get done in the legislative session this year, and that the governor will sign it into law so that the village will have the ability to place cameras at various stop signs and in locations to again, help regulate the stopping at the signs as well as speeding. And finally, I had a meeting today with PSEG. They are going to be doing work in the village a year from now, and there will be more discussion of this before that happens, but they need to bring a major line from the substation that's right there at the corner of West Prospect and North Sea Road out to their location in Deerfield in Watermill. So there is going to be considerable disruption when this happens. This is 2026. It will be on North Sea Road, going under the train trestle there from the substation up to Willow Street, and then down Willow Street all the way to North Main, and from North Main north and exiting the village into the town part of North Main Street. So I just wanted to give everyone 12-month warning that this apparently is coming. Again, PSEG sent many people here today to meet with me, the Public Works Superintendent, and we were able to work with them a little bit on trying to mitigate some of this, where they're actually going to do the digging and the trenching. But again, it is going to affect North Main Street, Willow, and North Sea Road to the substation. But I just wanted to put that on everyone's radar so that I can mention it to everybody at least a year in advance. With that, I think that was it. I did enjoy the meeting yesterday with our traffic engineer. We went out for an hour and a half looking at various streets and what could be done in different areas to help us mitigate the traffic issues that we're having.
Could I ask you a question? Would it
Yes,
be
sir.
helpful for village residents to weigh in with Tommy John Schiavone in Palumbo via letters or emails to support your request, or
I think that's a very good idea. I mean, I certainly would like also letters concurring from the police chief and others, but I will look into maybe having others in the village, residents, write in letters of support. Because, again, if we don't get it passed legislatively in Albany, we are not allowed to do it. And I did tell many people that I would try to do this, and so I want to point out that I'm fulfilling the obligation, and being in Albany, I will be able to meet with them in their offices on February 3rd. But thank you for that, Trustee Stevenson. With that, did you have anything you want to say, Mr. Administrator?
I believe all of the correspondence is done.
Okay.
It's just a pleasure working here. I've enjoyed it so far.
Excellent. All right. I don't know if the village attorney says the same, but anyway.
I especially like working with Scott.
Anyway, all right. So with that, this was a short meeting. That's great. I will make a motion to adjourn this meeting of the Southampton Village Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
I.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you for coming.